Welcome back to Soapy.
How great was it talking to Laura Lee?
So much better than talking to you.
She is fantastic. I adore her. And her insights were just fascinating.
So I've seen her, when you've been in this business, you see all the people from all the different soaps, but I've never really spent as much time as we did actually just sitting here chatting. I saw her Bold and Beautiful when she came over for the day or two, but she's cool.
She's great.
She's funny, she's cool, she's interesting, and smart.
Down to earth and smart.
Yeah. Super smart.
I loved how she talked about how you guys were both sharing about, and we're all talking about the life-work balance. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe I'm going to say something nice about you right now, so give me a second. But when you got emotional talking about trying to be a full-time mom and being a working actress, you're great at both. That was really hard. But beyond that, you said...
Don't make me cry again.
As long as they're not happy tears, I'm happy to make you cry. But you also set such a great example for your daughter that you can have it all. Mm-hmm. You can pursue a career and you can have a family and you can do whatever you want. And you really set a great example. Can we cut this? I don't like being nice to her.
No, you know what? I appreciate that, Greg. And the truth is, most women are working now.
Yeah.
And they have to juggle it. And not all companies are friendly to women who work. I mean, women who have kids. So it's a real struggle, right? Because I think the primary caregiver, because in your case, you're the primary caregiver, really.
It kind of goes back and forth,
right?
But yeah.
Yeah. So, but whoever that is, they have to juggle wanting to do something with their life and then also you have this little short span of time to be there for your kid. And I just feel like, I don't know what it would have been like at All My Children, but probably the same. But it just really feels like it's really important at our show. And it just makes you feel good that you're.
Well, also she talked about, the importance of when you're doing carpool and driving to tennis lessons, to also be reminded that you are a grown-up in the world. And in addition to being a parent, you wear other roles, right? You're an actress, you're a wife, you're someone who participates and contributes to the world in other ways than just by being a parent. And I really loved that insight from her.
Yeah, I also really love how she really cares about what the fans think and that she takes it to heart.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she says she's a fan herself.
Yeah.
So wait, I'm curious though, when you, to get into the minutia of it, what do you do on the days? Do you ever request to have an early call time so you can be done in time for pickup, or how does that work?
Yeah, not always for pickup, but just if she has volleyball or tennis or there's an event at school, because I am the hospitality chair at school.
Oh, that poor school.
The queen of hospitality. What? Anyway, so.
Okay, we wrap my brain around you being hospitable.
Right. So, they're just great. I always say to her, look, obviously, I want to come and work. So it's if they can't do it, they can't do it. But I say, if I could get there at 3, great. Yeah. But they're really good about it. Yeah,
same at days. We have Sarah, who does our scheduling, is a mother, and when a request can be accommodated, I really think they go out of their way to try and make that. Although COVID threw everything into a loop, right? Because they were constantly having to alter the schedule for any number of actors who'd be out at a moment's notice, and it was I always said to her, it's you're playing the hardest game of Tetris anybody has ever had to play.
We actually have someone that does scheduling on this show because she'll say, I'll write it down, and she's got a calendar and she's got all these names, and I just think, oh my gosh, that's got to be hard.
Yeah.
Right?
But we, if we start early, if you start early, there's a good chance you'll be done early. And vice versa. If you start late, you'll be there late.
Yeah.
So almost always, even on a busy week, I'll either be around in the morning to get them off to school.
That's what I do, right? If I can't pick her up, I take her. Yeah.
But I love when I can be done in time he plays soccer 4 days a week. So if I can be done by 3, I want to be at school to pick him up, take him to soccer, and have that time in the afternoon. Because I think, particularly in the afternoon after a long day at school, that's the magic hour. you know?
That's when they tell you everything.
Oh, yeah, him in the car.
Yeah.
Also, I find like when I don't ask him any questions, that's when he just goes off. If he gets in the car and I'm like, what happened at school today?
Yeah.
Then I get the one word answers. But if I just like put on some music and don't say anything other than hi, within like 3 minutes, he's just nonstop.
La 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 la.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a great job. I mean, to be an actor and to be able to be in one town and to be able to be there for your family is like really kind of amazing.
Yeah. This was nice. Can I not be nice to you now? Was this enough for like the next?
Enough. This will last
for the
us
next
for
9
good,
episodes?
Like 9 years.
Great. Okay.
All right.
Well, that's a good segue into my trivia question.
Okay.
That I know you are not going to know. Although,
How do you know?
because you're 0 for 3 so far. 0 for 4? You're 0 for 4.
I think 4,
Lord. And this one, though, is All My Children related. So the pressure is on. You should know the answer.
Okay.
You ready? Mm-hmm. In 1972, when you were 50, on All My Children, Phil Brent was presumed dead in the Vietnam War, but he came back alive. Which radio soap, where you got your start, which radio soap actually killed off the son of their namesake character in World War II in 1944?
It was a soap on a radio? I don't know. I'm sure you're going to tell me the answer, right? When we come back. And we also will have with us Maurice Benard, the one and only from General Hospital. Welcome back to Soapy. Okay, Greg, I have to read this because I can't remember it. Which radio soap killed off the son of their namesake character in World War II in 1940?
Old eyes. I can't believe you don't know the answer to this, Rebecca.
I don't know. Guiding Light is the only soap that I know was on the radio.
Well, because you were
not
on
as
it
old.
when it was on the radio. It was Ma Perkins. In 1944, Ma's son John was killed in the battlefields of Germany and buried in an unmarked grave. Although 300,000 servicemen died in World War II, the death of John Perkins caused an uproar with the listening audience, and until that time, John was the first regular soap opera character to die in war.
Wow. Interesting.
We're up to $25 that you owe me now.
Yeah, I owe you a lot. Okay, well, I think I should introduce our next guest.
Please do.
He needs no introduction. Mr. Maurice Benard has been a staple of daytime since he came onto the scene as Nico Kelly on All My Children back in the day. In 1993, he came onto Port Charles and played the role of Sonny Corinthos. And his other credits include Desi Arnaz, David O. Russell's Joy, John Gotti, and Victoria Gotti, My Father's Daughter. Maurice Benard, welcome to Soapy. Thank you so much for coming.
Such an honor to have you here.
Thank you. This is like, I want this when I grow up. You know?
It's not too shabby, huh?
You're kind of like the Elvis of daytime. I remember, I don't know if anyone knows that I lived in the same neighborhood as Maurice, and I didn't work on General Hospital yet, but I had worked on All My Children, so I knew him because ABC and everything. I remember seeing you walk down the street. He was walking like Elvis, like you were walking full.
My dog?
He was a big dog, and he's wearing all black, and he looks super cool. And I introduced, I was like, Maurice, Rebecca, I was on All My Children, la la la.
Right.
And you were still cool. So before you joined General Hospital, you were Nico Kelly on All My Children. You were part of a super couple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? You and Cecily?
Cecily.
Cecily. And back in 1987, when soaps were kind of at their zenith, like there was kind of a taboo around doing soaps, at least with agents and managers. It's like, don't do a soap. Did you have any reservations about going off and doing another one after you left All My Children?
Yeah, I left All My Children because I wanted to be a movie star.
Yeah, yeah.
So I quit after 2 years. They got upset with me, and I said, well, I'll sign for 3 more months. I signed 3 more months with some money. And then I moved to Los Angeles to do, and then I got Desi kind of quick. Mm-hmm. So that kind of, and then I went broke.
But did you have any reservations to go to General Hospital?
Yeah, I didn't want to. When my wife first said, honey, they're calling you because they want to meet you for General Hospital, I said, baby, I am not doing another soap opera. And she said, honey, we're broke. And then
Did you and Eric Braden ever talk about this?
Well,
Because he
let's
said Dale was largely responsible for him doing Young and Restless.
Yeah.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
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 I didn't have a choice. But
I mean,
loved,
listen, the money is great, but you also, both of you, Eric and
Yes.
you as well, have played really interesting, rich
Yeah.
characters.
Iconic characters.
I can't imagine that you would have stayed if it was not as engaging as it was.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
Let's talk a little bit about Sonny Corinthos.
Okay.
So it's been over 30 years.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It's a lot of stuff, you know. I mean, I started the show. 2 weeks in, I quit the show because I had my third nervous breakdown. A lot of people know the story at this point because that's all I talk about. But then I went back, and the loyalty that I felt, they could have fired me. I wasn't anybody. I just come on a show and I quit. But they kept me going, and they held my hand, as difficult as it was. And I've been there 32 years playing a character that's bipolar when I'm bipolar. And early on, I thought it was the coolest thing. I'm a method actor. I can go in there and do this thing. But my life has suffered. But GH is the greatest job for me, having been through what I've been through.
Do you think that when you say your life has suffered, do you think your experiences of going through your lows and having the outlet of that character maybe made those experiences easier to manage? Or do you think that because if it was scripted, that Sonny was low, it made you low?
That's a good question, man.
I just came up with it.
You got a good question.
And literally, I just, well, I mean, I'm just listening
Don't
to you.
fan the flames. Don't fan the flames.
I think it's both, you know. I think it's, I think early on I thought it was helping. But because I didn't do what I was supposed to do, what I tell everybody to do on State of Mind, which is therapy and psychiatry, you know, you have to have these people you talk to. I never did.
Right.
So, especially in this last year, I really experienced it. And I called in sick for 2 weeks. Never done that. Never calling sick. But it hit me that bad and I couldn't work. And now I said, oops, time to do what needs to be done. And that's what I'm doing.
Good. Is that helping you?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that the character, as the character has grown and evolved, you have as well with the character?
Yeah, I think, well, you know.
Have they written it that way?
I don't know if they've written it that way. I think I've done pretty much everything 3 times over.
Haven't we all?
So you just
We're
kind of
recycling it, baby.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So, but I think, you know, I don't care what's written. I'm gonna bring what I'm feeling.
Yep.
So in that case, I've evolved because it's whatever, you know. I can't do anything different, right?
When I first started on Young and Restless, I was 20. I had just turned 26. Was going through my first grown-up heartbreak, and for me, that experience was the outlet of that show and that role at that time, which was the angry young man, and was so helpful because I was in therapy, but that was free therapy because I was like literally just on set breaking shit, and that was such a release that for me at that time it was great. Now when I have to get angry, I don't have the access that I did when it was just living right here.
Well, it's always better when you're going through this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look, man, and this General Hospital's been art imitating life like all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like almost weird, okay? So I come in from the pandemic, right? And it's about as close, I don't want to get into all that, but it was pretty tough. And so I come in to play this thing where my father on the show has Alzheimer's.
Oh yeah.
Well, my father in life got Alzheimer's. The character in 2 years dies of Alzheimer's. My dad dies of Alzheimer's. I mean, you just, but
I don't know how you did that.
well, first of all, it's a good question.
Well, I lost my dad. And
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
Parkinson's, but I don't know. That would be really hard. I mean, it
You,
would be hard to lose myself in that pain.
But for me, I think that after 4 months of being in the pandemic, I needed to do something. Otherwise, I was in bad shape, right? So I did. And I remember the first day, these monologues, man. And I said to myself, don't act, live it. Just say it.
Yeah.
Say it. Don't act. And from that, got me even more, but I think it was therapeutic. That was therapeutic.
Yeah.
So.
Your dad. I met your dad.
I know, man.
Your dad was a little dancer.
He was the greatest.
He was, oh.
Love my dad. He's funny as hell. My dad, I would have, and I'm not joking because I do fairly well on TikTok. I'd have made him, I would have made him a TikTok star in a second.
Yeah.
I was already doing it on
yeah.
Instagram. People love, and the way my dad was, I used to do appearances and bring them.
Oh, yeah.
And I would, I wrote my stuff, and it's kind of funny, whatever. I'm not Richard Pryor by no means, but my dad would get on the mic and just talk, and they'd laugh. Anything he said. One time he walked by, and there's a guy in the audience. He goes, "Oh my God, you look like Santa Claus." I said, "Dad, biker dude, with the beard." But he died too soon,
Aww.
Yeah.
Speaking of writing, you said you wrote some stuff. Do you want to do any sort of writing? Do you ever want to do anything outside of the show? Are you, we all are on these shows for a long time, or we're working in daytime, and we all have a little itch to get out there and do something else sometimes. Or is your outlet now your podcast?
Yeah, pretty much State of Mind is what I love. I'm more proud of than anything. But I did write a book.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me. I hate to even say this, but it's the truth. And I had a writer, Sue Black, and because of her, the book was successful, New York Times best-selling. It wouldn't have been if I wrote it. You get my drift? I just told
I understand. I meant like scripts, like more like.
Oh, no. Because I'm not the big on the writing, but I am big on like music and maybe editing, stuff like that. I'm more into.
Do you edit your show, or is it just?
Yeah, what I do is I shoot it, and then my girlfriend's now soon-to-be husband, that he proposed to her in Japan. He sends it to me, and then I watch it, and I take out what I think would be good, teasers, and I never cut, man. I don't cut. I don't need a cut. I don't know why. Just nothing ever hits me where I'm like,
it's all too good. You want to keep it in. Well, let's talk about it for those that don't know. I mean, I feel like everyone knows that you're doing this because you've really gotten the word out, and there's nothing like it out there. Living with bipolar disorder yourself.
Yes.
And having a show where you talk to others about mental health. It's called State of Mind. What I think I heard you say in an interview that your friend Melissa is the one that told you you should just record when these things are happening to you and share it with people. And then you had like a letter from a fan that said, "This helped me get through my brother's suicide," or something like that. I mean, that's pretty powerful.
Was
that later?
Yeah, that was later. I was in bed one night, and I woke up with anxiety, bad. And I'm like, oh. So I filmed myself, and I'd never done that, and because I wanted the fans to see what it is, because I talk about it all the time. Mm-hmm. As I was filming that, Steve Harvey was on TV. And Steve Harvey's like, "Can you believe these people who film everything they do?" And I couldn't believe it, man. So I stopped filming myself.
You're like, "Wait a second, am I mic'd in here?"
And I'm actually doing Family Feud next week.
Oh, great. You got to tell him that.
I got to tell him.
Yeah, you should.
So the next morning I told Melissa, my friend, and she said, "Really?" I said, "Why don't you film?" I said, what do you mean film? She goes, "Why don't you film yourself talking about your life with mental health?" I said, "Who cares?" She goes, "Well, I mean, it could help people." I said, she goes, "Put it out on Sunday." I said, "Nobody watches on Sunday." She goes, "That's why you put it out." I said, "All right." And then I did it in the car. Instagram story. Nobody talks for 8 minutes, 10 minutes. But I did it every Sunday. And it was during the pandemic. And that's how it started.
Yeah.
And it was very difficult because it was a bad period in my life. So I'd go out there sometimes like this. Hi, it's Maurice Benard. But people never said anything. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then that's how I got to YouTube. Sucked in the beginning. I didn't have this kind of start. This is like the Godfather 4, you know what I mean?
We know people.
I started with bad mics, and everybody in my family would be like, "It sucks." I said, "But I believe in it, and I think
if the content is good enough, people don't see.
That's the thing, man.
You can have all this, but if the content's not good, it doesn't matter.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But I think you do need to have good sound.
Yeah.
Since it is
Yeah.
YouTube.
And lighting. It's nice to have
lighting,
nice lighting. Yeah.
But I've had bad lighting. It's still.
I know. Well, I know. When the things you talk about with people, you get people to open up.
Yes.
And
you
I
are
think that's really
remarkable at that.
Yeah.
It is, and I'm really happy to hear you say how proud of it you are, because that's not an easy thing to do, to get people to feel safe.
Yeah.
With cameras on them, with microphones and all, to open up and be as vulnerable as your guests all are.
I always felt like take my ego out, because I have, somewhat of an ego.
Elvis. No.
Yeah. So let's take that out and let you be the star, and I just guide you. And
take notes.
And to me, it was like a date. Yeah. My first date always. She was fantastic.
I believe it.
No, and I'm not joking. Every time I think I just put her up on something recently, but yeah, she opened. Oh, I remember now.
Postpartum.
She was great, man. And
but like you, I feel like it's something to talk about. People don't talk about postpartum depression and anxiety, and it's a real thing.
Why do you think?
No, I think because there's a pressure when you have a baby, and I think every mom wants to be that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people,
the Instagram
the
mom.
one thing that people would always say is, you have a healthy baby, you have nothing to complain about, and so it just kind of makes you go, and you just go, I can't tell people. Because in your mind, though, you don't have anything to complain about. You know that, but it doesn't make that mental health problem go away.
But
literally.
You always have to, this is the way I see it, you always have to know, because I do know, how many people you help.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever comes out of that subject, there are people that never talk, like you just said.
Yeah.
And then they see you talking and they go, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I posted our state of mind, and also I had done this short film and I posted some things, and I had so many people saying, my daughter's having it, what do I do? How should I, I'm like, get her in therapy, get her help. That's all you can do.
But
That's all you can do, yeah.
From the time we're babies, right? I have so many experiences and I'm not perfect, and I make plenty of mistakes as a dad, but a lot. But there's so many times that I've been at a playground, right? And a kid falls, and the parent runs over and is like, you're okay. And it's like, no, that's not, you're teaching from such a young age that not to share how you're actually feeling. You're telling somebody that it's okay, rather than being like, ouch, are you okay? That looked like it hurt, Mm-hmm. And whether it's bipolar disorder or postpartum, it's like, we really have a lot to unpack as far as.
Or trying to be the perfect parent.
What's that?
Or trying to be the perfect parent.
Yeah. Lots to unpack about it being, learning that it is okay to share about what is going on emotionally in your life. And that is the only way to get through what is going on emotionally in your life.
Yeah, and the thing with mental illness, like I said before, I got a scar right here, and it's no big deal, but I got a scar right here, and came into work, they went berserk, oh my God, what? Go to the doctor. Later on, I go in with bad anxiety to the point of, really bad. Oh, really? Go take a nap. It's not visible, man. Yeah. You see that and you go, but mental illnesses, and they don't know unless you've been through it.
Hold on, has that changed? Has your openness around?
Here's the truth. I did Oprah 30 years ago.
Was it 30 years ago?
I did Oprah. No, I'm kidding.
30
I can't believe
years
that was
ago.
30 years ago. I remember
And
watching.
Wow, I remember watching it too. That was 30 years
30
ago.
years ago now. Maybe 28, 29.
Okay.
Her first question was, to Paula or to me, how was it when he threatened to kill you? We had a deep-ass question. That was her first question. I'm going, okay, where do we go from here, really?
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, right? So, but it was great.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest, nothing came out of it.
You mean at work?
As far as mental health, nobody. It
Back
didn't
then, no
change.
one was. It wasn't changing anything.
It was.
Well, I'll ask you a question then. So bringing it back to soaps, because I know we're here to
Yes.
celebrate those. But they brought that onto the show, which is is one of the things that soap operas do so well.
Yes.
They bring
Social
they
issues
bring
being
social
cornerstones.
issues to the
Great.
forefront.
Yes.
And I think it's really important.
Yes.
And you have a lot of fans. And so, what was that reaction like?
Look, I'm going to just say it.
Just say it.
It wasn't until the pandemic that things changed.
Oh wow.
Because everyone was struggling with mental health.
Ah,
during the
she got
pandemic.
it. That's it. Because anybody who said, "Hey, just go take a nap, you'll feel better," now they're feeling it for the first time in the pandemic, going,
Themselves.
"Oh, this is what it is." And you see in commercials now. I say it all the time. I know people get, but you see it in commercials. If you're bipolar 1, if you have anxiety, you didn't have commercials 6 years ago.
Yeah.
You're right, Maurice. You're
Right?
right.
And I've seen it because I'm aware of it. So, and that's why my show's successful, because of that, all that. But boy, if Oprah didn't, I mean, they may say it did change, but I didn't see
Yeah, but that's
it.
one episode. You're doing something, a show based on it,
There you
which I
go.
think is more powerful than just doing one. People see one episode, they go, "Oh, wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow."
yeah.
But then they watch multiple people come on and talk about struggles that they've had,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
wow, maybe I have that
Right.
struggle too, right?"
Sinead O'Connor was on, right? And now she's not with us,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah.
So,
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you're going through all of these things at the show, who's like one person that stands out that was really
oh man, you're going to make me cry now.
No, but like who?
I'll tell you.
Because they become our family, right? And they obviously they've watched out for you and they love you.
10 months ago, I went through a real tough time. My wife and my son had left to go to Europe, and I was kind of alone. I woke up one morning in really bad shape, and I called Steve Burton, and then he called Jonathan Jackson, and we prayed for about 2 hours, 3 hours. And I'll never forget that with Steve. I mean, I know Steve, we love each other and all that, and I've helped him, but he'd call me every hour, you know, "You okay? You okay? You okay?" And Jonathan was fantastic. So those are two that from General Hospital who I can't remember in the past. You know, in the past it's been my wife and stuff, you know.
But has there been a producer, someone behind
Oh,
the scenes
yeah,
that's really
yeah.
been there for you?
Well, Wendy
too?
Rich, when I first started General Hospital,
Yeah.
I quit 2 weeks in. So she told Paula, "What's wrong with him?" Paula said, I can't talk. I can't tell you." They're like, "Okay." So then another week or whatever, and Paula's like, "Look, he's had his third nervous breakdown. He's bipolar." And then Wendy said, "I think it's best that he come in." Oh, no. So I went in, had no confidence, nothing, man. I was like just a ball of just tears. And Shelley Curtis, remember Shelley? She was in the room, and I said, "Shelley, I can't say a line. I can't remember anything." And Shelley goes, "We will do it page by page, word by word if we have to." And I hold her and cry. And I did it. I went in. Look, there's something in me that is a fighter. But I got two sides. I got the guy who's like a fragile little boy, and then I got the fighter that I'll kill you. So that's what happens, right? But when the fragile boy overpowers the fighter
Got it.
long enough.
I think there may even be more than two. You know, I say to my son all the time, he's fantastic and he's amazing and he struggles with anxiety sometimes, separation anxiety. And I always say to him, you've got fear in your driver's seat right now. Fear is not allowed to drive the Monte car for too long.
That's right.
Fear can be in the car.
That's right.
Put fear in the back seat. Let bravery take over. Let bravery take the steering wheel.
That's right.
It's bravery's turn to drive. There's all these different voices, and they should all be there. But we can't let the negative voices take over.
Yeah.
For too long. We have to listen to them.
Yeah, I'll say it here again because I say it also a lot. I take all this stuff like gears in a car. You want to stay in first, second gear. You can go to third, but try not to go to fourth, and don't go to fifth and sixth. Because once you're in fifth and sixth, like I've been too many times in my life, you can't rein it in.
Takes over.
Takes over, and you're like, so then you need professional help.
Yeah.
You need to take something, medication. But we need to stay in first, second. Now, now I got therapists, a psychiatrist. I just bought a mat with infrared, and, I'm trying to stay in that present place. Also, now, this is a great interview. Both of you, great.
You're making it real easy.
Yeah.
The anxiety, just to help people with anxiety. I had anxiety. I was talking to my therapist one night before I went on a cruise to the Bahamas. And I was, a little nervous, obviously, because I'm taking, a cruise and I'm going on a plane. So I told her, I haven't told this ever. I was going to tell it on my show.
Sorry, we get it.
Oh, you got it. You got it. I said, I wish we could go into a room and there's a meter there, how well you do, and they can inject you with anxiety. So you can feel it and not run and stay in it. And then come another day, and the more you do it, you're not afraid.
So
the fear's gone. Because what it is, and what's interesting, and she loved it, right? She thinks I'm like a guinea pig, So I said, that can't happen, but it can happen in life. So the next morning, sure enough, man, I wake up, and I call it Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger's come out of his room. 'Cause a lot of times I say, Freddy, stay in your room. Stay in your room. He came out, he came. And I remember the conversation I had, and I said, I'm not running. Because what happens when I first get anxiety is I jump out of bed. Oh, no, now I can't go to work. Oh, my God, what am I going to do? My wife's not here. Oh, no. But I said, I'm staying in the bed until I say I want to get up. And I stay in the bed. It's not easy because it's ugly. But I remember thinking to myself, it's only a feeling.
Yeah.
It's only an uncomfortable feeling. Yeah. And I was ready to get up, got out of bed, went and fed the horses. By the time I came back, gone, bro. It's great.
Here's what I want to know. You're driving to work, a place that you've been at for 32 years. When you drive onto that lot, or you're about to swipe your badge and enter that building, what do you feel?
A lot of times I'm not thinking. I'm just saying hi to the chick in the thing.
The chick.
But lately I've been feeling something that had another thing I haven't talked about, but it's just this balance issue I had with nerves. And it's gone away somewhat, but now yesterday it came back when I was acting, and it just feels like I'm going to fall down and something. It's weird. So that's what I'm hoping it doesn't come. That's what I'm thinking. But I just know that I'd rather do GH than anything.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, when was it yesterday at GH? We were outside.
What do you? Let's
We're in
talk
that
about
little
that.
park. In that park.
Yeah, that little park.
In the park. The park.
And it was so
it's like
freaking,
a strip of land.
It was so freaking cold, and I'm trying to work on this too, of not being comfortable in the uncomfortable.
Sure.
Because I got a problem with being uncomfortable, and that's why it's all crazy. So I'm there going, oh man, I'm so glad I'm not in the mood, because you get to go inside and act and all that.
Also, we would shoot outside on Young and Restless sometimes, and we'd hold for a helicopter or, or we wouldn't, or there'd be a bird that would fly in or a bug and they'd be like, it's real, you're at a park. And I was like, can't we just be at a coffee house?
I
Just
can't
you
say
and
my
me.
lines and look at a bird.
I can walk or talk. Don't ask me to do both at the same time.
Oh, God,
and then
please.
add the fly
I'm kind
in
of
the
with
scene.
you.
Yeah. I just want to lock in.
What a blessing, though.
Yeah.
You are able to, navigate your mental health in a place that's safe,
Yeah.
in a place that loves you and welcomes it. I mean, a lot of people struggle with it, and they don't have a workplace that's like accepting of it, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like, from my experience working at GH with you, everyone was just really supportive.
Very. Nobody's not. No, everybody's very supportive.
Non-judgmental. It was just very
Think about
loving.
Think about how many other work environments, right? When you share that story about Steve and Josh, how many coworkers, if you were at a job where you were maybe working freelance or moving job to job, but to be at a place where for 32 years, that is a second family.
Amazing.
And to have people who on the hour are checking in on you when you need it.
And the beauty is, somebody else said this to me, and a lot of other actors would do the same thing. Not that Steve wasn't special and all that,
Sure.
but there's that second nature to help
Yeah.
when somebody's in a tough way,
That's true. And I do feel like the community, like the soap
Excellent.
community,
Yes.
is tight.
Very.
Well, we had Eric on and Laura Lee, and I feel like everyone that does what we do, and I don't even just mean actors, but everyone that works in this community, knows how hard we work and has such respect for the other people who do what we do. And I just love being a part of this community.
It's a great community.
Speaking of Eric Braeden, is that how you see yourself? Do you think you're going to be 80 and like John McCook and Eric Braeden? Is that how you see yourself? Do you think you're going to be 80 and like John McCook and Eric Braeden?
I don't know, in all honesty, if I can last that long. And not because I don't want to. I think because, and people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I'm always just going to be honest. I don't think mentally if I can keep going that long. And I don't know if I could act on GH if I'm not at least at 90%. That's the truth. So right now I'm 62, maybe another couple years, 3 years, and then, we'll see what happens.
What would you like? What? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying you got to do what's best for you, first and foremost.
Yeah. I'll know from mental health.
And that's a good run, by the way.
No, it's a great run. No.
What would you like to see happen with State of Mind?
Oh man, that's another good question. I get caught up in numbers, and I want that person has 1 million subscribers. I have 150,000, but then I start thinking I wrap myself around this. If they have 1 million that are entertaining people and they make people laugh, and I have 150, and I'm helping people and changing some lives, who's more successful? But I'm such a,
Well, this is the part of social media that they talk about that's ruined mental health. Compare equals despair, my friend.
That's it.
Compare equals despair. And that is the problem with it. That's why we don't want our children on it, because they're going to look at it and compare themselves to other kids, and they don't even have the brain to even comprehend that, to really deal with that.
Rebecca, but isn't that also part of the business side of it? No.
Well, that is part of it. That's
but
that's why we're all on social media, right?
But you already answered the question, right?
You did.
Because you said
did.
who's more successful? Me with 150,000 followers helping people, or the guy with 1 million followers who's
making people laugh.
Maybe he's making people laugh because money's not the only currency.
I get you. Yeah, that's what I just came up with because I'm sick and tired of doing what I really kind of shouldn't be doing.
I think you hang on to that.
Yeah.
And that's going to reap the benefits.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, would I love something like this? Obviously.
Well, you said you've moved on, so you're moving in that direction.
Well, Rebecca doesn't know this yet, but I'm looking for a new co-host.
Oh, you wouldn't know how to talk if I wasn't sitting next to you.
True, I wouldn't.
Anyway,
I got a story to tell on General Hospital, so it's kind of a soapy thing.
All right, tell us a soapy story.
Sonny's been close to death a lot. Okay, But I have never seen this run here of him. Is he going to die? He's got a heart attack. It's like outrageous how people are. They've never done it before, but here they are. Maybe because they think I'm old now. It's like he's gonna retire.
Yeah.
But they're like very vocal about it. It's
Now
amazing.
people are worried that you're really going to leave for good.
Yeah, I want to say it's because I'm playing the heart attack so well, you know. But I didn't even research heart attacks.
I want them writing you like a light, fun. That's what I want for you. I want you to walk through those doors and just get to do some fun stuff.
That's
and
true
like,
too. Yeah.
Not have it be.
He's
life
so
and death.
good at the other stuff.
I
though.
know
That's
that's the problem. And we also we have Howard Fine in common. Did Howard ever? Who's a infamous acting coach here in Los Angeles.
I went to Howard Fine.
You did?
You know,
I don't know what went wrong because whatever he did right for us.
Yeah, what I did. Something else happened over there.
She went once. She audited a class and was like, that's too hard. But did he ever encourage you to?
Well, I don't know that night the story that I told that we're at that party, right?
I remember his book launch.
Okay.
You tell your story, then I'm going to tell you what he said to me.
Okay. Okay. My problem was he would call me ignorantly arrogant. Okay.
Okay.
Like one week I'd kick ass, and then the next week I wasn't that good, and then the next week I was, incredible, and then the next week I sucked. Whatever it was. Because he says I didn't, and he was right. I didn't really study like I should have. So one time I was doing this scene called Zoo Story. And I decided to cry in the beginning of Zoo Story. And I didn't even get the cry out. And he said, okay, can we stop? This is the worst acting I have ever seen in my life. And he goes, Maurice, I'm going to kick you out of class. And just meet me at the end of the class. I said, okay. So I'm waiting out there. Everybody leaves the class, sits me down, and he goes, everybody knows your talent is here. But if you want to be like Al Pacino, Meryl Streep, Robert De Niro, you have to get technique. Your technique is horrific. He says, I'm willing to study with you privately. You don't have to pay me because I was broke. You don't have to pay me right now, but you just come in every week. So that's what I did. I came in every week with a tape recorder, and he taught me, and he taught me, and he taught me. And at the end, I did a monologue, and he says, all right, you can fly now. And I said, yeah, but I'm bipolar. I feel like killing myself because the character wanted to kill himself. He goes, oh, no, let's do a comedy before you're done. But that was that Howard story, and then I paid him back. I got GH, paid him back. It's great.
Oh my God.
It's cool, right?
It's a great story. Do you still use that technique, or is it just second nature now?
Well, I wanted to be a member of the Actor Studio, so I worked for that. And I ended up being a member of the Actor Studio. That's another story, but for another day. It's kind of incorporate Howard and the Actor Studio, kind of the method, using your real life. And I think for soap operas, I believe, and I have this conversation with Nancy Lee Grahn, because she's always like, I can't say this. I can't say it like that. I'm like, Nancy.
It's not you.
If you were a method actor, it doesn't matter what you say. You can use your own life.
Yeah.
I don't care. But she's from Meisner.
Right.
And I don't know what that's great. But, I think it's important I think it works. I think the technique works.
Yeah.
What did he say to you?
Well, now I don't want to share my story because that's such a good one. But I hadn't seen him in years because I hadn't studied with him in years.
Clearly.
So I walk up and he's signing his book and he looks at me and he says, oh, we've aged.
What?
That's what he said.
I think I might love Howard Fine right now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And I was like,
No, he was joking, right?
I think he meant the universal we, like he was, but I was like,
Oh, like him and you?
yes, but nonetheless,
But that's not nice.
I was like, can we get a take two on that? Because surely there's...
Did you say that to him?
No, I didn't say that. I think I was a little too taken aback to say anything. But I have a lot of gratitude. A kinder story that I share is that I spent my first year here. I was 21. Every job on television was for young guys that looked like me. And I had 300 plus auditions my first year here in Los Angeles. Didn't get a single callback, bombed most of those auditions. Wow. And had a great agent who was hip pocketing me. After a year, they're like, we're letting you go because you don't know what you're doing. But I was studying with Howard. And I think in a last-ditch effort to get rid of my resumes and headshots, they dropped me, and then I had like 5 auditions the following week. One of them was for a television movie, a Lifetime TV movie, where this golden child son had been in a car wreck and had a brain injury. And I read the sides, and I said, I'm going to book this job, and I'm going to study with Howard, and I'm going to go to a rehab center in Marina Del Rey, and I did all the work. And I'm going to prove them wrong, and they're going to take me back. And so I was studying with Howard and with Laura Gardner, who is at his studio. And I didn't book the job, but I got really close. And at the end of my sessions with Laura, finally she said, do you have a manager? Because you should be with Kyle Fritz. And Kyle Fritz had worked with Howard and then went on to go into talent management. And Kyle was my manager and continues to be my manager 24, 25 years later. Mm-hmm. And it's because of Howard and Laura and Kyle that I got my career off the ground. So
crazy.
His comments about my appearance aside, I have tons of gratitude for him in that studio.
I don't know where that came from.
I do.
Anyway,
Maurice,
this has been fantastic.
Jeez.
We have a couple of fun.
Amazing.
Yeah, you're just spectacular. Will you come back and see us?
Yeah,
again?
this is cool, man. This is like
spread the word.
I like to be on the other side.
Get the gang.
Well, like
to come
I
over
told
from
you,
General
I'm looking for a new co-host. So
Give me a teaser and I'll bring it to work.
If you had a different career tomorrow, what would it be?
Like any career?
Any career.
I think farmer. Yeah.
What would it be?
Yeah, farmer. Hell no.
Didn't ask you.
Sorry.
I'd say a boxer or a lawyer.
A lawyer. I mean, boxer makes sense to me because you box.
Yeah.
But a lawyer.
Yeah, because I watched Injustice for All.
Not be a lawyer on TV, but like a real lawyer
real
in real
lawyer.
life. Who would you represent?
Oh, man, don't get me started on this stuff.
Okay.
I'm a big, and my son's like, Dad, you got to stop. Because, I'm a big, like, Dateline, 2020, Netflix documentaries. I just saw one called Outcry. Run to see it.
Yeah.
Outcry?
You saw it?
No, I didn't, but I'm saying you and my mom, I think, could solve crimes together.
Yeah, I know a lot of that stuff. And the O.J. Simpson one's incredible, too.
That's cool.
Oh, I love it.
I didn't know that about you.
Love it.
See?
Love it.
So, you, Maurice, were part of the landmark AIDS storyline, right? Do you remember being involved in that? Do you remember the story and what it did for soaps, what it did for your show?
Yeah, the AIDS storyline was one of the best storylines ever on General Hospital.
One more question. How has the fan experience changed for you over the years? Because it used to be letters, and now it's all social media and internet. Do you find that it's easier to interact with fans? I find it easier because I was terrible at writing people back and sending photos and reading them. It takes a lot of time, and it's so much easier on your...
Oh yeah, this is no sweat, man. I'm almost little, like my family would say, obsessed with it. But I use it for more so business and having fun too.
Yeah.
Right, with my grandkids, put them on the thing, and then.
Yeah.
But I love social media.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you, there's bad and good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the good of social media. Back in the day, like when I first had my first, when I was in a mental institution, if I could have had a phone to look at and see what I had, I would have known. But they didn't let me know for like months. But now you can, that's great, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but there is bad, of course.
Well, yeah, there's that line, right?
Yes.
You can use it for good, you could use it for bad.
Right.
This has been such an incredible hour, Maurice. Thank you for joining us on
know.
Soapy.
Thank you so much.
This
I
is-
always loved working with you, and I just love being around you.
Well, let me tell you, I didn't know what to expect coming in here, but this got real deep, and I like it because you don't see it often. I know when I interview people, sometimes, no. But this got real, and it was great. I loved it.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
I loved
Thank
it too.
you. All right. Well,
Can I come on your show?
Let me tell you something about Greg. I've invited him many times.
Once.
And I guess he turned me down.
No. No. Well, especially now that I know that you're shooting literally in walking
now that he
distance from
knows
my
how
house.
convenient it is to him, he'll be right there.
No,
Hey, but I don't have a problem with, because I know things happen. But yeah, you come on. Anytime
I
you
loved
want.
it. It's fun. It's very,
Let
very
her give
relaxing,
you
very
Paula's-
easy. Yeah.
Okay.
I told him, and when he told me, he's like, oh, I think I was supposed to do Maurice.
Yeah, I don't know.
He thinks it just kind of fell off. It wasn't like he
I
just
didn't
said
know.
no.
We talked about it at Howard's book signing. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, let's do it. And then Paula reached out. But I will, let's get that flame going again.
You two work things out, okay? And you, please stick around because we will be back with Heather Tom and Lauren St. Victor, Katie and Carter from The Bold and the Beautiful.